Code and Corners, Code and Corners, Code and Corners.
Welcome to episode 2 of Code and Corners, creating a motorcycle app, what and how. So looking back, we've covered off our intro. If you haven't seen that, please go and watch it. It's in the same playlist. We're now at what and how. We've got 9 episodes in total to look forward to. Our end goal for this whole series is to have you on your motorbike pressing a physical button that sends a notification from one mobile to another, and that makes the second person very happy and lets them know that you're safe. So what is today's goal? Well, why are standard apps a bit naff? What actually is a PWA? What is our development lifecycle in regards to developing, publishing and testing? And an overview of every single technology that's supporting this solution towards the end goal. Standard apps, why don't we really want to use them? Well, there is quite a large learning curve, whether it's for myself as a more experienced developer, a newcomer. It's quite a lot of boilerplate to understand, quite a lot of concepts to learn, and different languages to understand depending on whether you're developing specifically for an iPhone, an Android, or other kind of operating systems for phones and devices. Typically, if you want your users to receive an update, they would have to update the app via the App Store. For standard apps, you're going to have to sign yourself up as a developer and you have to pay certain fees, and your app will have to adhere to certain guidelines to be loaded onto the relative App Store. Progressive web apps, that's what PWA stands for. You can see there's 2 comparisons here between standard apps or native apps and PWAs. So PWAs are a lot simpler. They allow you to write one thing and publish to multiple devices, whether it's iPhone, Android, iPad, and then even laptops. You can install them as apps. They're simpler to grasp and simpler to implement for the average user. What is a progressive web app? Well, fundamentally, it's a website that you install onto your phone. It looks and smells and breathes just like a normal app. The only difference is behind the scenes, it's a website that's caching files onto your device. It uses a common language framework that allows you to install an app on many different types of devices. So from a code files perspective, these are the kind of files that I'd expect to exist.
A little more info on those files. We have icon.png, the file name and the extension. The file name I've made icon, can be whatever you want it to be. It links nicely to its purpose, and the extension, I think this denotes that it's a higher quality image, but it could also be JPEG and other file extensions. The purpose of this file is to make up the app icon picture, as you can see here with the arrow. So here's your app, and here's the app icon. Next, we've got index.html. It's there to provide the structure, layout, and content of your app. It's split up into 2 parts here. You've got the name and the type of file, the extension. The name can be whatever you want, like every other file in this series. The extension is what matters. Fun fact though, index.html is normally the landing page of websites. So if you accessed a website, you would normally pull back the index.html. This is the same as hitting mywebsite.com/index.html. Index.htmls are made of markup language, made of tags. So you'll see words written like this, tag, and then some content such as the title of your page, title, and you would have another tag at the end of that. We have the service worker.js. Again, the file name is irrelevant. The extension is relevant. This file is full of JavaScript code. The purpose of this file is to declare and control the caching of your website or your app. It declares what files should be stored on your phone. It allows your app to become an offline app. The manifest file, probably the most important file in this series. The name is irrelevant, the extension and purpose is relevant. So I've called it manifest. If I'd renamed it, I would just have to change where it's referenced. So what is a manifest file? Well, it's a set of instructions that tells the browser to turn the browser into an app. So it contains information about what colours to set, how wide it should be, etc., etc. It contains JSON, which is used throughout the industry to structure, send and receive data. As expected, it's structured in curly braces and has key value pairs, which is standard JSON practice. On the left hand side is the key. So for example, you would have name, age, or for example, app color. So this is more appropriate to what we're doing. And on the right hand side is the value. So in this case, it would be white. In the other cases in the industry, you would have the value of someone's name or someone's age. But in this case, it's the key of color and the value of white. What's also interesting about this file is it's referenced from index.html. If it wasn't, the browser would not know that it's anything special.
So, the development lifecycle. This is going to repeat. There's lots of words on the screen. I'm going to break it down into 3 chunks. You've got step 1, do it, write the code, test it locally. Step 2, push it up into the cloud, get another tool to publish it as a website and a PWA. Step 3, open it on your phone, add it as an app, test it. If we need to make any changes, we're going to follow this pattern again. Your machine. Well, bottom right hand corner is my machine there. It's quite old, quite slow, crashes occasionally, but it does the job. For this course, I'd prefer that you used macOS, but in the age of AI, if we're installing software on my machine, I can put prompts on the screen for you to put into ChatGPT to get the equivalent command for your machine. 3 slides of what and why, the tools and technologies, what they are, and why we use them in this context. So the first one, Git. Although it's required for other tools to be installed during this course, it is an industry standard tool to be used, and it allows you to draw a line in the sand for every change that you make to your website. GitHub. We're going to be storing our code here and utilising its functionality to publish our code as a PWA. SSH, it's going to allow our computer to get our code up to GitHub. Node, think of this like creating a fake hidden browser on your laptop to be able to run certain tools. NVM, just another acronym to get Node onto your machine. NPM, it allows us to install stuff locally, such as the package to be able to run our website locally. npx, it's just actually the command we use to run our PWA website locally so we can test it. Visual Studio, it is quite a heavy tool to use, but I assure you, you will have fun using it as a code editor. And giving a special mention again to HTML and JavaScript. How do you want to lay out your page, and what functionality do you want to add to the page? In summary, we're going to go with progressive web apps because you can get a lot done with a little, and you can support a lot of devices. We've gained an understanding of what tools and technologies we're going to use and why are we going to use them. And we've also gained an understanding of our development lifecycle when building this app. Next episode, we're going to be setting up your code repository account, your GitHub account. And we're going to be setting up your local machine to be able to push code to that repository. On to the next.